Welcome back to Maximum Apocalypse. We're looking for the scientist who's somewhere out in the board. He's at the somewhere. We have to get to this radio signal way over here. We're starting to get a little bit hungry. We haven't found any food yet. I think we better start thinking about that this episode. We got our lighter equipped. We can barbecue some people with it. We've got our wildland jacket, our trusty axe, but we took a little bit of damage from a spitter. We took out some zombies. We got rid of a couple zombie spitters and a soldier already. So we've been doing a lot of fighting. We haven't been doing a lot of scavenging and finding of food. Alright, let's get beginning our turn. Look at the turn order. First thing we do is spawn monsters. Perhaps. Let's get out the dice tray and roll up a couple dice. Alright, first thing we do, we're going to be rolling 2 dice. We're going to be looking on the board. If any location has what does it have? A 9. Do we have a 9 out on the board? I do not believe we do. Let's see. We've got a 6, a 4, a 12, and a 6. No 9s. Alright, next thing we do. In our hand currently, we have a shotgun, we have a first aid kit, where's my axe, and an energy drink. And we draw a card. And we get, where's my axe? Again, I wonder if I should get rid of both of them. We already have our axe. As a free action, as a free action, I'm going to get rid of these because the trusty axe is our axe. Although this says, look through your deck and put it directly into play. You know what? Oh, and then draw a scavenge card. That lets us, ooh boy, that lets us just draw a scavenge card. I better think about that. Alright, we have 4 actions. And let me think about what we want to do. We are currently at our starvation rate of 4, which is getting kind of dangerous. Let's go to the main map and I'm going to figure out what we're going to do. Alright, well, we got to get moving. We don't want to starve to death. I think the very first action we're going to perform this time is we're going to drink down our energy drink, our red burn. And it says you are immune to hunger damage until the start of your next turn. Draw a card. So we're going to do that. That's action 1. So we're going to draw a card and we get oxygen tank, mid-range. If the lighter's in play, deal 4 damage to all enemies in range. Oh, nice. And we do have our lighter equipped. Cool. I like it. Alright, that was our first action, but we are now immune to all hunger damage this turn. So let's take a look at our jacket. Alright, as you can see, our lighter is equipped and fully fueled up. We have our wildland jacket, so we have 3 actions remaining. However, as a passive ability, it says once on your turn, you may take an additional action by increasing your hunger. Well, let's go ahead and take an additional action, because our hunger is not going to change because we have our energy drink. So we're not going to take that hunger damage, or we're not going to take it at the end of turn. So now we're back up to 4 actions by playing the energy drink. Alright, back to the map. I think we better get moving. We got to find some food somewhere. And we're trying to track down that radio signal. Well, the radio signal is way over here, so I think we're going to take our first of 4 actions remaining and move to this tile right here. And I don't know what it is. Let's figure out, what did we run into? We run into the shopping mall! Yes! A free scavenge. Always love to see that in the game because it means we get something for free. So that was our first action. And we do get a free blue deck scavenge. And what did we find from the blue deck? Walkie-talkie. Action. Choose another player to take an action immediately. Wow. Okay, that was pretty much garbage. We can talk to ourselves on the walkie-talkie. That was free, though. So for our second action, then, we are going to scavenge there again, because free one does not count towards the 1 scavenge per tile per turn. So we're going to scavenge in blue again, and this time we find some spare parts. Retrieve a card from your discard pile. Wow, we can retrieve the energy drink. Oh, yes. Okay, that was our second action. Now, does the energy drink say discard, or you're immune to damage? Well, this goes into our discard pile. We used it. You know what? We're going to... For our third action, then, we are going to go ahead and use the spare parts. That's our third action. That goes into the discard of the blue pile, and we will retrieve our energy drink. In the pockets of our wildland jacket, we're like, oh, we got another one of these. Didn't realize it. We do now have 1 action remaining. I mean, we could equip the shotgun. I don't know. Oxygen. Choose another player to take an action immediately. We could just, wow. I don't know what I want. I mean, we could just blindly move, but that could get us into real trouble. But we know we got to get going. So for our final action, we are going to move. This could be a bad idea. We're moving here. We're all hopped up on our energy drink, and we moved into the farm. A free scavenge. Oh, that was absolutely essential. Perfect. So we move here. We get a free scavenge. So that was our last action. We do get a free scavenge in the green. What did we find at the farm? We found food. Reduce the player's hunger by 5. Oh wow! I think there's only one of them in the entire game. All right, we have found an absolute cache of food at the farm. That is absolutely awesome. We're getting closer to Signal A. All right, that's the end of our 4 actions, and so now we go on to the increase hunger phase. But because we drank the energy drink and then we retrieved it with the spare parts, you're immune to hunger damage until the start of your next turn. So we do not take hunger damage. We do not have any enemies in front of us. Perfect. So let's go ahead and we'll have another turn. Okay, another turn. So let's go ahead and roll up our couple of dice and see what we get for a number for spawning enemies. And this time we get a 7. And once again, I don't think we have any 7s on the board. So looking at all of our exposed tiles, a 3, an 8, a 6, a 12, a 4, and a 6, we have no 7s. We get no spawning of enemies. We've got, what do we have in our hand? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 cards of our backing, so we can have a total of 10, and we can have an unlimited number of scavenge cards. Cool! Alright, that is good. And now it's time to draw a card. So we draw a card, and we get a ladder. Discard, avoid drawing a monster card. Passive, cross rivers automatically. Ooh. Do we want to equip the ladder? Discard, avoid drawing a monster card. Oh boy. Well, we have 4 actions. You know what? You know what? We will do that. We will go ahead and equip the ladder as our very first action. That will allow us to avoid drawing a monster card. I like it. All right, that was our first action. Our second action, we're going to be moving here. We need to find the police station somewhere too. That could be pretty problematic. So, oh, hang on. No. Wait a second. We're at the farm. We found a whole pile of food. Guess what? There might be more food there. So our first action was to equip the ladder. Our second action, we're going to scavenge at the farm. We can do this once per turn per tile. And we find some ammunition. Add 2 bullets to an equipped weapon. We do have a shotgun. If we equip it, we can start using it. That was our second action. Our third action, now we're going to move here for our third action. And we move into another farm. Wow, we're into the farmland. Okay, we're crossing a lot of farmland to get to that radio signal. And we also get a free scavenge. I love it. So let's scavenge again, and we end up with getting abundant food. Reduce player's hunger by 2. And that will be, let's see, we did 1, free, so 2 actions, equipping ladder, 3. That was free. We've got 1 action remaining. And you know what, with our final action, we found this abundant food. Let's go ahead and reduce our hunger by 2 as a final action here. That was the green deck. Alright, let's reduce our hunger by 2. So as our final action, we're going to go from 4 down to 2 for our hunger. And that was all of our actions. We're in farmland, and now, of course, increase hunger. Well, yeah, we have to go ahead and increase our hunger 2 to 3. But I'm feeling fairly confident hunger-wise. And we still have, oh, we got a lot of turns up. We still have quite a few cards in our deck. Alright, and last would be taking damage from enemies. We don't have any enemies. And so, I think we're going to end it off with 1 more turn. This is the game of 1 more turn. It's kind of like, alright, let's get rolling some dice and see what we get. And this time we get a 10. We've been so lucky with the dice rolls. I know I shouldn't have said that. Alright, let's take a look at our map. I don't think there's any 10s out there. And once again, taking a look at our exposed tiles. An 11, a 3, an 8, a 6, a 12, a 4, a 6. There's no 10s and no monsters. And no / zombies are going to spawn. Now, I wonder, do we have enough time to meander around to try to get to A, or do we want to just go directly to A? Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. Or do we want to scavenge here first? Okay, before we get too excited, no monsters. We do get to draw a card. I gotta remember that step. So we draw a card. We get a flare, long range. Now, this will become mid-range because we're doing true soul. All monsters in range are attracted to you. Now, why would I want to do that? So, you know what? I might go ahead and do our free action, which is discard 2 cards. I think I'm getting close to my limit. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7. Okay, we're still pretty good. But I think we're going to discard the flare. We don't really want the flare. We don't want the flare. So we're going to discard the flare. That's discarding 1 card. And we're going to discard one of our Where's My Axe. I know it's a scavenge card, but is that the one we want to discard? First aid, we want to keep oxygen tank. Oh no, we're going to discard the walkie-talkie. This does us no good. So that's going to be the 2 cards we're discarding. So we discard 2 cards, and we get to draw 1 card. So we'll draw 1 card. That's our free action. Another first aid kit. Awesome. That's healing 4 health. Yeah, we're good to go now. All right, that was our drawing a card. That was our free action. So now we have 4 actions. And the question is, do we want to immediately go to A? I think we do. I think we want to do this right now. Okay, boom. Our first action has to go here, and it's the grocery store. So farm, grocery store. So at the grocery stores, set up a radio, but we do get a free scavenge here. And we have 3 actions remaining. Free scavenge at green. Oh, okay. Draw a card from the monster deck, then discard this card. Well, guess what? We have a ladder. We have the ladder, and we're going to discard. Avoid drawing a monster card. A ladder came in handy at the grocery store. So we get to the grocery store. We're hearing this radio broadcast. We're getting closer and closer to it. And what happens is out from the grocery store comes a slobbering zombie. And we just whip the ladder up to the roof of the grocery store, climb up there, and no monster for us. All right. We are at location A. I'm going to use a die here to signify we have 3 actions remaining, so that I remember we have 3 actions remaining. But we have to look at A now and see what it says in the mission book. All right, I zoomed out so we can actually take a look in the book. All right, mission actions. Star token A. You may spend an action to investigate the source of the radio broadcast, then remove the token from the game. All right, so for our second action, that'll leave us 2. We investigate the radio broadcast, which is A. So we're doing that at the grocery store as we avoid the zombie trying to eat us. It says you arrive at the source of the radio broadcast and find a deconstructed walkie-talkie, oh great, hooked up to an old tape player. It's all duct taped together, has a note taped on it that says, I've barricaded myself inside the police station. You'll need the keys under the radio to open my cell. As you pick up the makeshift radio, some of the wires holding it together break and the tape recorder starts blaring the recorded message at full volume. You throw everything to the ground and grab the keys. Time to get out of here. Attach the set-aside zombie horde boss, oh good lord, to the player that cleared star token A. Oh, so we climb to the roof, find the radio all hooked up on the roof. The thing starts blaring off, and along comes a boss. We still have 2 actions remaining, though. So one of these is going to attach itself to us. So what shows up crawling through the access of the roof is a boss, a zombie boss. And we get, oh dear, we get this one. The other zombie boss is not in the game. And we end up finding a zombie horde. They're crawling through the roof. 16 health. And they do 4 damage to a short range. Place a monster token on all adjacent map tiles, and I believe that will be tiles that are not even flipped over yet. Oh, what a great trap. So that, holy mackerel, that is crazy. We still have 2 actions left, so we're going to get 1 here. I'm putting them on flipped over tiles. 2, wow, 2, oh my goodness, 3, oh wow, 4, and yikes. Surrounded. 2 actions left. I think we better do something about this zombie horde with 16 health. So let's, we've got 2 actions left. Let's go to our play area and see what we can do about that horde. Oh wow, this is brutal. We have our trusty axe. We can do 4 damage a couple of times. What did we have in here? The oxygen tank. If lighter is in play, deal 4 damage to all enemies in range. So we have to discard this to do 4 damage, the oxygen tank. All enemies in range, mid-range. But we don't know what they are. We can't do damage to enemies that we don't know what they are. I don't think we can, because all of the zombie tokens are unrevealed. No, we can't use that. It would just be... or we have the shotgun. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Well, we have a first aid kit. So with 2 first aid kits. Alright. We are just going to use our trusty axe a couple of times. We're going to hit the zombie horde once. We're going to hit it twice. That's going to put a total of 8 damage, of 4 damage per axe hit onto the zombie horde. They still have 16 health. Yikes. Okay, that's the end of all of our actions at the grocery store ambush. And now it's increase hunger, and we're going to be looking for the police station. We're going from 3 to 4. We're getting hungry using our axe, chopping up all these zombies. Now we are going to take damage, and we're going to take 4 of it from the zombie horde swarming around us. So 30 health down to 26. Where's the 6? Alright. Alright, we're still pretty beefy. We're not in danger of perishing. Of course, if you get to 0 health, you die, you lose the game. If you starve to death, you lose the game. If you run out of cards, you lose the game. Alright, we're going to zoom out. We're going to wrap it up there for today. Alright, I have a pretty significant correction here at the end of the episode. Yes, indeed. The energy drink. I misread it. You are immune to hunger damage. Not increasing of your hunger, but the damage from hunger. So to back it up, it's easily done. We were at 4. This is going back, I think, the first turn. We would have increased our hunger by using our jacket to 5. Not a problem. And at the end of that turn, we still had the energy drink. We would have flipped our hunger to 6. Now, when you get to 6, you flip your card over, you lose your innate ability, and you take the first whack of damage, which would have been 2. However, we wouldn't take it because we had the energy drink, because this is damage from hunger. Okay? It all makes sense. And then the next turn, we spent this card, Abundant Food, reduce your player's hunger by 2. We wouldn't have used that one. We had one that's reduced by 5. So I'm just going to swap those out. Would have made much more sense to use the 5 one to reduce our hunger by 5. And what you do there is then this just gets reduced by 5 down to 1. So our hero eats a ton of food, flips over to his side again, back to 1. So the bottom line is, as we played through the different turns, we would have been sitting at the end at 3 hunger, having spent that huge abundance of food, and then we would have kept this card in our hand instead of the other one. So it all works out. I'm pretty sure that corrects everything. Apologize for that. Yes, the energy drink stops the damage from happening, not increasing the hunger. Your hunger increases, the energy drink doesn't stop that. Sorry I messed that up. I do have it corrected now. I'm pretty sure everything's where it should be. I'm going to play it from here unless it's not quite exactly right, but that's how it works. This increases your hunger to get an extra action. The end of your turn increases hunger. The energy drink stops the damage from hunger. I don't think the energy drink can stop you from dying, though. So if you went from this point to this one, I think you're toast. The energy drink is not going to do you any good, but it will prevent the damage from showing up on the back. Alright, now let's get to the wrap-up for the end of the episode. Oh wow, that's going to wrap up our episode for today. So we're currently getting swarmed at the grocery store by the zombie horde. We've climbed up on the roof using our ladder. But up on the roof, through the access hatch, which was open, is just pouring out a swarm of zombies. The radio's blaring away, attracting zombies from everywhere. They're surrounding us now. Beautiful. So that's going to end off our episode for today. Very thematic. I really like it. So our firemen, we have found the radio signal. They are barricaded. We got the keys to the police station, but we don't know where the police station is. We have a lot of tiles that are not exposed. We may starve to death in this playthrough. I don't know. Maybe we'll see if we can find the police station. We have to give it a go. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, likes, dislikes, participation of any kind. It really helps out my channel. Really appreciate it. This is Maximum Apocalypse. We're doing Mission 1, The Scientist. apparently has a cure for this, which would be a good thing because there's a lot of zombies now on the board. So thanks so much for watching along. Appreciate it, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow for the continuation. Maximum Apocalypse, Mission 1, The Scientist.